What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic day and even better evening. God bless America. Welcome back to another evening, another week, another day of some VESL action here for the CMS broadcast per usual. My name is Proper. Join with me, as always, is Tumbleweed. Brother, it is a night of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You ready for it?
Absolutely. I never left the building from yesterday. Been here the whole time.
It's true. It's actually the same shirt, the same pants. Believe it or not, that's a wig. That's not his real hair. But, hey. Gotta do what you gotta do in the name of esports. That's what we're all here to describe. That's what we're here to do at the end of the day. We got ourselves a good couple bangers here for you all at home, just to give everybody a little bit of housekeeping, myself included, because I'll probably forget it 5 times throughout the evening, throughout these 4 matches that we do have for ourselves. These are all best of 3s, but within those best of 3s, they are best of 3s. The way that does work, you have your first player go up against the enemy first player. You play a best of 3. Now, whoever wins that best of 3, you get a point. Now, if you win 2 best of 3s, you win the best of 3. I know that's a lot of 3s, that's a lot of Dales, but you know, we outside. Palisades Pumas going up against North Mech Vikings first and foremost, and then we have Myers Park, the Mustang, going up against the Sabres out of South Mech. We got to see that high school for the first time last night, Michael. Rocky River Ravens going to be playing Super Smash Bros. This week, going up against the Eagles out of East Mech, and then the Garinger Wildcats going up against Hopewell Titans. Some really, really cool names and a lot of cool logos, I should say this much. But we got a couple good matches here. Should be some really, really good ones as well. I'm interested to see some different characters as well. We had a good bunch of characters coming out of left field last week. We had like a Lomac and a Incineroar, Joker, which is meta. No Steve, which is strange. But I'm hoping to see at least one Sora today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just looking at the list, kind of scratching my head. A lot of these teams are brand new for Smash. We didn't get a lot of these last week, so you know, Palisade Pumas making their Smash appearance for us. North Mech Vikings, Rocky River Ravens was here. Meyer Park was here, right? But it's cool. We get a lot of new faces, a lot of new people to introduce. And like you said, we got a nice little hero variety, character variety. I don't know how they call them in Smash, but looking forward to seeing the diversity that we'll get from this.
Looks like that we might be getting certain more diversity as well. What we had last week going into this one. Let's get jump into it for this first best of 3. Palisades going up against North Mecklenburg. And I already saw it pop up on my screen, inject it straight into my veins. We got ourselves a nice little fighting game character up on the docket. Terry going up against a Sheik. Now, Terry's an interesting one. Falls in the same line as a Ryu and a Ken. Has a very interesting dynamic. Has a true turn to them. So always making sure that you can turn directly facing towards your enemy. Something that the Palisades Pumas, specifically for ground, are going to have to be ready for.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about Terry, so I'm winging it, but I assume he's from Street Fighter, right? If it's a similar character like that. No, well, I am making everything up, folks. But introducing our 2 players, we got Crowned AF, and we got Jackpot, exclamation point. Gotta make sure you call that out. A lot of energy there. North Mech Vikings, not a team that we got to see in Smash last week in our appearance. I'm just double check, make sure I'm behind you guys. Palisade Pumas, we also didn't see them, so 2 brand new players. Terry, brand new character to the stage. We did get to see a little bit of Sheik action last week, though, so that was kind of nice.
Yeah, Sheik is a very good character, and I mean that as like being well-rounded, has very good neutral, very good edge guarding, as you're seeing right there, and Jackpot just kind of tries to get back over towards the ledge. Nice little smoke grenade will take that first stock. Where she kind of falls short is the killing. Not a whole lot of kill moves. Dash attack for Jackpot will send Crowned AF off of the screen for the time being. A nice little reintroduction, nice little combo to the forward jab. How about a little bit more for you? We got combos up, down, left, right, but gonna be able to break back out of it. Nice little spot dodge. It is now your turn if you are Crowned AF. So staying alive on this first stack.
Yeah, I mean, playing very well, being up at 113%. You're going to be very fragile. She is one of those lightweight characters. I did a little bit of homework, Andy. I'm not educated on this, though. But I know it's a light character, right? You started teaching me stuff, trying to look up some terms. 141%. I don't know much about Terry, I'm going to be honest. I didn't look his character up. But I would assume that Terry, similar to others, going to have a nice, strong ability. If you can land a good, clean smash, right, you can send Sheik flying off the edge or something like that. Terry, looking like a medium character, if I had to draw an assumption.
Yeah, about like a medium. Nice little up smash to catch Jackpot, trying to get back towards the center stage. Fatal Fury is the game that Terry is from. Haven't seen a whole lot of Buster Wolf action coming out, but it's very hard to be able to get that full input in, much like other Street Fighter characters. You can do your quarter circle forwards. Certain inputs will also be able to power up a lot of Terry's neutrals, but you talk about neutral, nice little dolphin kick off of the edge. Ground AF, going to be able to at least send Jackpot close to the blast zone. He's looking a little toast right now, 87% to the good, to be able to get this final stock and be able to take this first game within our first match.
Yep, absolutely. And as a reminder to everyone at home, as that game wraps up, this is a best of 3 between these players. Quick little win for the Palisades Pumas here. It is best of 3, as I alluded to. All these matches that we're going to see today are best of 3. So what I don't have insight to, and I think we're just learning this blind, is if the players are going to swap up between these games. So
yeah, last week was kind of like a toss-up. It was just like we had an entire like jumble. It was like sometimes we were having like the same character or the same players rather play throughout the entirety of best of 3, which, if I'm being candid, when I'm reading the rules, that's how I feel like it should be. But sometimes, we get a little,
but it's exciting either way, right?
Yeah.
If you have like these little internal best of 3s. So in that case, right, Terry just didn't live up. So if it is a different player, it gives him some time to reset, right? Jackpot can go off, cool off, evaluate what went wrong. But if it is, the same player, well, you can expect that after a dominating performance like that, you're going to see Sheik again. Maybe you change up from Terry, right? You go to a different route. If you like those, alternate universe characters, maybe you do go for a Ryu, right?
Ken is pretty good.
Is Ryu not in the game?
Well, no, Ryu is in the game,
okay.
but it's Ken is better. It's kind of like Street Fighter 2 in a way, where it's like both Ryu and Ken were in the game. I don't know what type of audience I'm trying to hit with this. We're a lot older than the guys that are playing the game. But,
yeah, Street Fighter 2.
Go back to Street Fighter 2 Alpha. Like, Ken was definitely the better version of like the original characters. Who could ever forget that very iconic moment of Street Fighter 2, the Chun-Li full block while you had one player playing a Ken. So Jackpot will go for a character swap, but dropping the fighting game aesthetic, going over towards a Lucina. And I like this pick, but the biggest issue is that no matter the character that you're going to be picking, this Crown fella is just so good at guarding the edge and so good at just controlling the neutral. Only 22% on that first shot.
Yeah, it feels like the game just started. We're only about 40 seconds into it. He's already up 1 stock. I'm a big fan of this Lucina pick too. I'm not very good at Smash. When I did play, I was an Ike guy myself, so getting that sword play in was pretty cool. Lucina, quite a bit different from the characters that I played, but very versatile. A lot of good combinations, a lot of mix-ups you can get here, and also I believe still has that parry mechanic. As we even it up, only a 90% deficit here, 2 stocks apiece.
A little bit of Tabor for your worth. 90% though on the second stock. Try to go for a wayward up special, and again, for this counter pick going to PS2, this is kind of writing your own demise if you are Jackpot, right? You would have potentially, like, the Final Destination could have been banned out, not too sure, but regardless of the matter, this Crown fella just full spatial awareness all the way dialed up to about 11 right now. Jackpot having to do just about everything possible to be able to take this second stock cleanly and then being able to get in towards the third stock, but doesn't even matter. Finish the story. Golly, what a combo all the way to the side blast zone.
Well, pack your bags, and it's time to go home. This series is going quick, right? As soon as we get in the office, we get to go home, right? What a, fantastic performance, and you're really doubting yourself at that point, right? That point will go over to Palisade Pumas, but at that point you're like, okay, well, Terry didn't work out. I now want to change my pick to Lucina, and you should have just stuck with Terry, honestly.
I don't think it was going to change anything, honestly.
Yeah, but at least it looked a lot closer, right? Clearly that Sheik versus Lucina matchup he's very, very confident in. So just what an excellent showing from the Palisades Puma going up that first point.
And that just really goes to show you just how good Sheik is. We haven't seen Sheik be like this good in a Super Smash Bros. Since like Melee. And I say that, but like realistically, that could have just been last week when Plep was playing it as well. Shout out you, Plep, always playing Sheik. Leffen also moving over to Sheik as well. This is more talking about Melee, but we don't really see it all too much besides like maybe in the middle of the run, like top 16 runs for a couple different Sheiks. I know that a lot of people do have pocket Sheiks, but would you just get some really good DI action, what you saw there from Crown, everything kind of works out in your favor. So going in towards this second
Diddy Kong.
Yeah, Diddy Kong versus Rob. And this is a weight differential, but the thing about Ink for this Diddy Kong is that you have a lot of utility at your disposal to stop Rob dead in their tracks, specifically for the banana.
Yeah, definitely love to see this matchup. Rob, we did see last week. I am just glancing, see if I can see who did that. So our second Rob, first Diddy Kong though of Super Smash Brothers, as our roster of champions continues to grow that we've got represented here on the VESL stage. And you got to think, the scoreboard's not updated at the top, folks, but that's all right. We got you. Palisades Puma's up 1 point in this series. It's a few best of threes within a best of three. So each team, each school, right, they're competing to win their respective best of threes, go up to points, and ultimately win that, 2 out of 3 to progress to the next stage. Each stage as they progress over these weeks gets them closer and closer to that $25,000 VESL prize.
I'm super stoked to be able to see like the top two high schools play on LAN. The Smash is always just hits a little bit different with like the speakers blasting with all like the different hits coming through. The stock just about even, by the way, but nice little combination off of the Nene. Gonna be able to at least confirm that first stock. John down to 2. But the thing about Rob is that Rob can claim his stock whenever he really wants. All Ink is just doing him dirty, though. A couple good back airs will send John off of the stage. John's going to have to utilize that big body of Rob just to be able to course their way back on towards the stage. But good spacing out of Ink. Going to send them back off the stage, but the back air out of John will be able to reclaim center.
Yeah, I know you said Rob can claim it anytime he wants, but not if Ink's in the house. Ink claims it when he wants. 3 stocks to 1, 130%. Surely it's not a shutout. Never know. Charging up the little barrel boost there. God, I love playing Diddy Kong. I used to play this all the time.
I was going to say, one side BOA. That's realistically all you need. If you are John, you can mash buttons out of shield, you'll be able to confirm for it. I was about to say, I mean, like, for Diddy, like, being able to get rage, combos change exponentially. You can see, like, that back air even kind of falling out because now for John, getting a little bit higher percent, not going to fall into the same line, but, I mean, Ink is just running circles around him. Another dash attack. Nene off the top. It's going to barely bonk onto his head. Nobody going to fall off the stage, but John's up to 114%. Needs to use this rage to their advantage, potentially trying to take this stock and maybe bring it down to a last stock situation, but golly, dunk on your forehead, see you.
Nene to the top dome. I was trying to piece together what Diddy Kong was doing. It looks like he's almost alley-ooping himself, right? So he throws the banana up behind him, and then he like jump down, catches it, and just pow, right? Yeah. Pops Rob's head open. So excellent gameplay there. You got to think that was a good bit of a mismatch, right? It looked like there. Diddy Kong definitely outperforming there. Does that align to your understanding of kind of that tier list?
Well, as far as like a general tier list is concerned, like Diddy's up towards the top. It's just like it's the ability that you have to like keep momentum on your side, keep center stage all around the banana. Well, Rob has a ton of different utility, but it's more of like the speed of the character comparatively to the weight. Rob closer to a heavy, not a super heavy like a King K rule, but like Diddy Kong has like that utility just to like continue to maneuver around the banana back and forth, and you can just see how quick you can fall off stage, get that forward air, that if you're not ready for it, even with the Rob who can be able to get like that kill at about like maybe like 70% or so through the center of the stage versus a super light character like Diddy Kong, it doesn't matter. When your spot dodges are on point, when your air dodges are on point, and quite frankly, when you are on point with a Diddy Kong, I don't think it really matters. That Rob looking like combo food out there.
You heard it here first, folks. If you're on point and you're Diddy Kong, you're going to beat Rob any day of the week, but you got to be on point. Speaking of on point, we're about to be on a new point in the timeline to see the matchup. What are we getting? Another Diddy Kong? No, we get Captain Falco, and we get Kin. We got Ink. We got John. Jumping in. The action was already underway. 120% folks to 60% in this matchup. And you got to hope. Last week when we saw Captain Falcon got demolished. It wasn't even close. Will we see some better Falco punch action?
I like this out of John. I mean, going in for a little bit more of a brawl-heavy character versus Rob, where like Rob's entire shtick is just being able to keep it within the mix, but Ken's got some tricks up their sleeves, as you just saw right there. A nice little counter play, be able to get the full stun, plus the full input for a Shoryuken. Combos out of John, though. Who's got the stomp? This guy is flashy, who also seemingly trying to play for the counter pick as well. Diddy's not bad for this matchup as well, but Ink is just showing where the character pool can go.
Yep, absolutely. And if you've been playing since the original Super Smash Brothers, you got forever experience with Captain Falco. He's one of the original members there. Just putting down the getting some blocks.
He baited him in.
That was a nice grab.
Yeah, try to bait him in, touch the shield a little bit. Full rage now for Ink on this Captain Falcon. John up to 100%. I mean, one good combo, one good knee off the center of the stage. Potentially could claim this second stock for John. You can see he's just barely trying to fish for an opening here. Get the auto turn around, a couple jabs, gonna send him off of the stage. Ink's a little hesitant on trying to chase him off the stage, though, knowing that a Tetsunaki could probably just send him back. But, hey, why not? Falcon kick off the stage, second stock gone.
Yep, 150% on Captain Falco. No Falco punches, Andy. I'm a little sad, but I know the move's not that good. It's just cool, and it sounds awesome.
It's just like the setup to be able to land like a Falcon punch. It's like, it's so hard.
I'm surprised that they don't.
Combo? Sure, you
wow.
get off the top. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like that's your down special. It acts as like a counter. So basically, if you ever play Street Fighter 4, you charge up, and then when you take a hit, you can absorb that hit like a heavy. It's minimal damage, and then you counteract that, and it gets you a full stun, and it gives you a great opening to land a short Yukin. But Ink's back down here on this third stock with a vengeance, up to 100% as John on this potential final stock.
Yeah, almost like he was frozen in time there on that counter.
Oh, we got combos. But,
unfortunate.
A little bit of Tokyo Drift there off the side, off of the recovery move. Not a good sign whatsoever, but I did appreciate the counter pick going in from Ken onto Battlefield. You saw the combination actually work in the jab Tetsunaki. Was supposed to be a jab into a short Yukin, but I think it was like a little bit of a misinput. Still wanted to go for like the short Yukin there at the end, but just could not get it at the end of it, which is unfortunate because big fan of Ken, both Barbie and Street Fighter. So yeah, very unfortunate to say that that at least Palisades, I believe, will be down 0-2 unless like the scoreboard was flopped. I'm not too sure, but we'll be able to get to the bottom of this. If we go into a third set here, then we know for a fact it's tied up one apiece.
Yeah,
so that's math.
That is math, and we'll get to the bottom of it. Unless you're Palisades Pumas, well then you're going to the top, right? Because you're gonna have that point in the series. So, guys, we're just we're having a good time. We're winging it here with you. Palisades Pumas, though, no doubt, they do look like the better players here for North Mech Vikings. So an excellent week 2 first-time showing for both of these schools here. And we've got, we got so much good action today, a lot of new faces. I am hoping we can see some action. I am getting an update, Andy, that they are 1-1 in the series. So names probably got swapped up at some point, but they are 1-1 in the series. And looks like they're getting ready to load into this next game here. So as we get ready to jump in and see what kind of action we get to dive into.
So either Crown was on North Mech or Ink was on Palisades. How many looks does it take to get a center of the top? I don't know. We got a me fighter here. Sans versus Pokemon Trader? Sure. Didn't have this on my bingo card. Hey, why pick one character when you can have 3?
What?
That was always my motto. That's a me gunner, but it's with the Sans outfit. Yeah. Do you know with me characters there are tons of different characters that have the skins in their game. Yeah, on the me characters, but yeah, that's Sans.
Is this meta? Do we like me fighters? You can't beat Squirtle.
I mean, me gunner maybe not as much compared to a me brawler. I've seen some pretty high levels of cheese to the me gunner though, and you can just see Landon right now for North Mech just struggling trying to get back towards a neutral. This is the cheese that I'm talking about with the me gunner. See, side B, back to the center of the stage. Charizard, big heavy bullet comparatively to Ivysaur, about a medium character. Squirtle, the light one. Tries to go for the swap. You do get some certain amount of iframes because of that, but yeah, one blast from the Glock, gonna be able to take that first stock. Landon having to answer back here.
This looks like a character I can get behind, just spamming some rockets down lane. Firing off, spamming. You can see just Pokemon trainer clearly not familiar with how to handle me fighters in their gym battles. A little bit of a grab fling there. But yeah, all this rocket spam, this has got to be very frustrating to play against. I mean, as soon as you climb up from the edge there, getting booped around, each rocket looks like it's about 13% damage too, so it can add up very fast. 15%. Really just this me gunner running away with this matchup. 3 stocks to 1, already has the advantage in life as well.
His hands from under. Put it in perspective for you. You put that entire Sans outfit on anyone. Me swordsman, me gunner, me brawler. The thing about me gunner is that what you just saw right there is like it's kind of like a spam war at that point. As somebody that main Pokemon trainer back in Smash 4, and then at the beginning of Ultimate as well, realistically, you only have one character that's going to be able to deal with a Mii Gunner like that, and that is Ivysaur. But like once you're already up to like 166%, which you saw right there, just the inability to be able to control the center of the stage at all with either three of the characters, just getting blasted over and over again. Mostly you have to have like good parries, good shield tech as well, and then with Ivysaur you have to throw like the Razor Leaf out, and be able to get that opening. Realistically, the only character that has a long range, because Ivysaur, she actually does use the vines, vine whipping left, right, and center. I can sit here all day talk about Pokemon Trainer as I have a deep love for that character, or characters as it may be. You can actually play as Red, or you can play as Leaf, funnily enough, as the trainer itself. And you can also play as Squirtle, Ivysaur, or Charizard. So it's really like a bundle of like 5 characters into one. So like,
but why can't Squirtle evolve into Blastoise? Come on, Nintendo.
Well, because we got
Get
Charizard.
the people what they want.
Well, it wouldn't be canon at that point either.
Blastoise is better than Charizard. I'm saying it.
All right,
I'm saying it. Water type counters fire, guaranteed.
What
and what counters us, Andy, is gameplay because it knocks us off screen, and we jump right into that. Everyone likes watching gameplay. We get another Mii Gunner. I wouldn't change it up either. And what's this guy's name? Mr. Mime, right? Yeah. Somebody, no, it's Game & Watch. There we go.
Yeah,
Mr. Mime. My brain's in Pokemon. I got it back. Game & Watch, fortunately, does make me feel a little younger. This was before both of our times, Andy. This character still doesn't make it any less legendary.
I still have one of those Game & Watch games, though, for like the Game Boy Pocket and the Game Boy Color growing up. I'm really showing my age here, but those games were super cool. Just a really cool like idea for like 8-bit type of character with like a lot of different mini games with all the like the Super Mario characters, like Peach was in there, Wario, Waluigi. Which for some reason we still don't have a Waluigi in Super Smash Bros. I'll go on a massive tangent for that. But Game & Watch is an interesting pick. You do have a lot of good kill percentages with Game & Watch, but you're considered like a medium light. Semantics aside, the only real thing that now you have to deal with all this projectile spam that you're getting from Smarty on this Mii Gunner is the bucket. And the bucket's an interesting tech, because if you get a full bucket and you unload said bucket, it should be a guaranteed kill with the Mii Gunner for sure.
Just noticing up at the scoreboard there. Palisades, they were 1-0 now they're up to 2-0. Palisades. Yeah, so we've got just getting sweet whispers in our ear. Palisades and North Meg. It is apparently a 1-1 series, but in this individual best of 3, Smarty is up 1-0. But Landon definitely fighting back. Smarty, he really dominated Pokemon Trainer, but now we see here Game & Watch doing a great job holding his own. I mean, I say he's doing a great job. He's getting missile grenade spammed off the edge. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't get back on the stage. Looking like Game & Watch doesn't have the best recovery options to really handle the Mii Gunner.
It's just the spacing out of Smarty. It's just really, well, brilliant, honestly. I mean, like, this is where, Mii Gunner becomes really, really annoying to face against. Like, you need to exhibit a certain amount of patience. Again, all the different shield tech that you have at your disposal. There's a nice little recovery option. Tries to land back on the platform, but Smarty, off of another projectile, will end up trying to claim it. There's the bucket again, trying to find their way in, but I mean, by the time that landing even gets close to it whatsoever, it just takes all the damage in the world. There's a chair, trying to get evidently closer, but 120% to now the 33. Smarty is just one good hit away from taking this final stock. Bang.
Just like that, the final stock goes out. A wise man once told me, sometimes you gotta let the game breathe, and that game breathed victory into everyone's ears as Mii Gunner just dominating that. We've now seen that up 2-0 in this matchup of players, so you got to assume that point is going to go over to the way of the Palisade Pumas, I would assume.
Well, so Smarty was on Palisades, right? So like now is that's their best of 3.
Yep.
So that is the best of 3. Because it gets confusing, like looking at it sometimes. Like
okay,
all right.
The scoreboard, there's like a little bit of a UI visual bug. Not a big deal. We can navigate through it.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, no.
So that series, it does sound like it's complete, right? As Palisade Pumas, they take that series 2-1 against your Vikings. Overall, really good matchup. Sorry, folks at home, that we got a little confused on the casting side there, but we'll just take a look at our schedule and what we've got coming up for the day. Palisade Pumas, like we just said, they take that series 2-1 against the North Meg Vikings. Great gameplay. Next, we got Myers Park Mustangs and South Meg Sabertooths. That's what I call them, the South Meg Sabres.
I'm starting to question where West Mech is. Is West Mech even a school? I don't know. I need to take some lessons to be able to figure out some of this geography that is some of these different high schools, because we got North, we got South, we got East Mech, but where is the West Weck? Not too sure. But yeah, that's going to be the first best of 3 done and dusted. Palisades will end up taking that 2-1 over the North Mech. So we're going to end up throwing things to a very short break. When we come back, we got another best of 3 coming your way. Do not go anywhere. It's a Super Smash Thursday night. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another night of some VESL action. Last time we had Valorant. Tonight we have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and much like how we had last week, tomorrow we will have Rocket League. So now we have ourselves another best of 3 here. My name's Proper. Join with me is Tumbleweed. We just saw Palisades Puma being able to take down the Vikings from North Mac. Now the South then, the Sabres looking to get the retribution on their North End brethren, Myers Park Mustangs, looking to get the job done today.
Well, how do I set up for that? That was excellent lore setup that I don't know anything about these schools and their locations to follow. I don't either. It's just like, north to south. Like, still trying to figure out if there's like a west side college. Well, you convinced me that's correct. But, yeah, I think this is another one of those situations. South Meg Sabres, we casted them for the first time yesterday. We did confirm that they are cats. They are not swords. And so we
very important.
So it is an age-old battle of cats versus horses, because it goes back. And in a way, right? Cats versus knights yesterday. Cats versus the horses that they ride in on today. The knights were a little too overwhelming for them in our Valorant matchup, but can they bring down the Mustangs and get a little moral victory, so to speak, in this matchup? I don't know. I'm excited. I think that the players are getting close to being ready to hop into their first game. So I'm expecting some good action. We did get kind of a good back and forth, right? 2-1 in that series before. Now I'm hoping we get another 2-1 in this best of 3.
I wouldn't hate to see it go the distance again. I mean, look, I'm just here to see and spectate the character development. All right, so Bonk from Myers Park, I assume, going to be picking the PT, stands for Pokemon Trainer. And then South Mech going for the hero as well. Eclipse, we saw Hero last week, and you could play this character one of two different ways. Either you're a top bar chooser, or you actually put in some manipulation to what you get when it comes down to your mana menu.
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite character that we watched last week really made me want to go back and play some Smash Bros. Just to try this character out. I love the menu design. This is one of the, I guess, more deep characters that I've seen from the Super Smash Bros. Universe. And I couldn't quite get a grasp on how much control they have of their abilities. But if they don't have much, like, the RNG could really go in your favor there, in a big way.
So those four things within your menu that you don't have control over, which is why we say, like, you could top bar it, which is like just immediately going in your menu, picking the psych up. It's not always bad. Sometimes, though, the choice could be quite terrible, but Bonk's doing a really good job at actually controlling all 3 Pokemon. Hold on a second. Try to drop down for maybe a forward air there where Charizard would have for sure got the kill. Side B does give you damage, but also good to be able to chase. A little bit of a mishap happening there for Eclipse, a little bit of a moment. Bonk up to 123% with a round up there from the decimal, but this is where Charizard can get to work. Golly, that 52% came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and what's better here, Andy, right, as we get that elimination? With the Pokemon Trainer, you talked in the last matchup, right? Ivysaur really wanted, was the only range option. Is it better to combo between your 3 Pokemon, or is it better to kind of specialize in one? Or is it matchup dependent?
So, what's really funny is that I actually described, like, all 3 Pokemon with PT to be, like, 3 different levels of Smash. So, like, Squirtle's your melee. Very, very fast. Don't really have a lot of kill options. Ivysaur is the best of both worlds. Where you do have a lot of the projectiles like Smash 4 and Smash U, but then also has like a lot of good options that you can edge guard as well. And then Charizard is just big body. Like he the final boss. Like he comes out, he takes a lot of damage. When you have a lot of rage, you go to Charizard because he is a super heavy, so you can extend that stock a little longer.
So Charizard is Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the upcoming live-action movies, what I'm hearing, the final boss.
Yep.
Kamikaze heal? Oh, heal's nice. Probably, I wanted to see how much percentage of heals, but the only thing that he got to do was, I guess, the big heal, and instead he died because Bulbasaur, oh my god, I'm ashamed of myself. Ivysaur throwing in outside the stage. Oh no, I'm losing. Chimako yesterday, for those folks keeping it home, 1-0 over me, and I just gave myself a loss. 0-1 against myself in the casting. Call out some names today. That was a fast game.
PT will do that. PT will do that for
I was
sure.
not as excited with Hero this week as I was last week. The Hero really seemed like a big mismatch against PT.
I mean, like, the thing about, like, Hero in general is that, like, you have to be able to manipulate, like, just standard sortie neutral. It's kind of like Link in a way, where just, like, you do have, like, a lot of good, like, options, plus, like, the extension of your sword as well. But then, like, when you get a character or a player like Bonk, rather, that's, like, playing Pokemon Trainer to a level where you're just picking Ivysaur and you're just constantly, like, throwing out Razor Leaves, then you throw in the Vine Whips constantly. Like, you just feel like that you don't have any justification to be standing in the center of the stage. So then you try to jump. And then once you start throwing out empty hops, that up air from Ivysaur can combine twice on over, and that could also be a kill, which is what you just saw on Battlefield. So interested to see what the stage pick will be here for Eclipse. If we're going to get a different character, perhaps maybe something to spam out Myers Park's Bonk, but only time will tell. Let's find out.
Ike, I know this character.
Ike's not a bad pick. Just the biggest issue is that Ike's a lot slower.
Yeah,
but
like very powerful.
Yeah. And we also go to a different stadium. Now, this one in particular has the biggest blast zone in the entire game. So if there's going to be an option for Eclipse to maybe try to get it done, you would think it would be here, and an early kill on Squirtle would be pretty massive, but unfortunate air dodge. But, hey, by the way, that's another tech we didn't end up talking about with Squirtle. Yeah, they can camber on the walls. They can just sit there.
Yeah. The good save. I definitely thought he was out there. Now, Ike is definitely going to struggle in this matchup. I feel like I'm saying this very blind, folks at home. I've never played this matchup. I didn't play a whole lot of this. But Ike, he is a slower character. And what I've seen from the Ivysaur, from the Squirtle, very fast-paced, a lot of good combos to manipulate. Now, Ike really specializes in those, like, 3-hit combos, right? You're really chunking people up, and you get them heavy, like, get them weak enough where you can just bop them right off. You know, with your up smash there or your left or right smash, they can do big damage combos. One-hit wonders, but like I'm saying, Ivysaur so mobile, so agile, it's hard for Ike to want to target one direction.
Where are you going?
And the recovery's not that great either. Up 3-1 that fast for Bonk.
It's just, dude, the combos out of Bonk, making me a real happy commentator over here. Down throw, up B, trying to catch out with a Razor Leaf again, now back to the center stage. It's just the neutral game is just so superb out of Bonk right now. Spamming with the Razor Leaf, trying to bait out maybe for another grab. Flips off stage, going to be able to get back, could not get the ledge grab. And this is where you feel like this last stock might just be coming to a close. Able to get back up. Bonk, the up B going to claim it as well. Funnily enough, along with that Razor Whip, you actually have Tibber, like a sortie, that if you catch with like the very edge of it, you get that Tibber. It's not as potent as where it was at the beginning of the game, but that was some great Pokemon Trainer play right there. That was, that was great.
Myers Park, big statement in this first game as they take the first point in the series. Again, folks, best of threes within a bigger best of three. So Myers Park up 1-0 in this matchup. Now I'm assuming that we will see some new players from Myers Park come onto the stage, right? We'll see that little bit of different character development. But you made a statement already. South Mex Sabres, how do you respond to the Pokemon Trainer?
I mean, you better put one of your best players out there, if not like the best player, because like if you don't win this set, then you'll lose the series.
Yeah,
like, plain and simple. It's a best of three. That's how math works. So I think that you do have to like lead into like your best player. Like they got to come in there, whether they were hoping to maybe just like come in and play like the third match, but I think regardless, you just got to come in and force out a game number 3. If you don't, then you're going to be going down unhappy as far as this VESL week is concerned. But we'll see what we have at our disposal, what other characters we might end up having. Maybe there could be a different skill gap mechanically, maybe not just a character gap, but all is off the table. You just got to be able to pick your possible best outcome. And as we get ready to hop on into this, I'm getting a little giddy with myself because I saw something that's about to be popping up on our stage here, Michael, and I'm real excited. Did you see it?
I saw it, and we are definitely still looking forward to Steve in the universe, but we're not getting Steve today. Ladies and gentlemen, no, Andy, you're excited. Introduce this character for us.
Let's go! And the KH2 skin.
Get a little ass.
Oh, no, it's a KH3 skin. Sorry, I couldn't see the shorts. But, yeah, Sora coming out for Myers Park. Now, again, Sora's a very interesting character. If anybody's played Kingdom Hearts, you'll know that Sora, much like a lot of Final Fantasy characters, has a lot of magic.
Yep.
You can see that right above Sora's character picture right there. Fire-Aga gets thrown out over towards the Thundaga and then now Blizzaga. So you constantly go in this rotation of the different magic items, and you can always keep one in your pocket. The neutral game, also very interesting with Sora as well. Jazz Dog, by the way, just while all that was happening, while I was nerding out, did SD. So first stock already gone. Myers Park with a very early lead.
Yep, you're not feeling good with Jazz Dog, but yeah, I mean, I played a little bit Kingdom Hearts. I'm a big Final Fantasy guy. Nice that the names for the spells are the exact same. So for anyone familiar with Final Fantasy, you'll understand what these spells do right there. Element, they're a little bit of AoE to them. It does have the Keyblade, right? Very popular item in the Kingdom Hearts universe, and that makes Sora a sword character. So we get a little melee versus sword action here. As Sora just going to go up 3-1 stocks. You got to think Captain Falco did have that early, we'll call it like a pineapple, right? Kind of, not really.
That's an SD.
Yeah.
Something.
That's good to know. That's what I mean. I thought SD was like a fancy term for a down attack.
No.
But, you know, you got to be thinking here, right? If you're Captain Falco, you're already down. Asta Pasta, definitely looking like the better skilled player here. And I'm assuming, Andy, because we saw a little bit of a mixture last week, but I think things have ironed out, right? We got through the first week jitters that you're not going to be able to swap players in this best of 3 series. I think we're going to be seeing this same matchup. Not looking good for the South Mega Sabres.
No, but at least Jazz Dog is getting some damage, able to at least get that first stock off of the dash attack, but let's call it what it is. Like, Sora's not an easy character to be able to maneuver around, but good couple of jabs coming through midair. Auto connects no matter where you go on the screen as long as you connect with the first. So good understanding of how the character works. Up airs are also going to be able to get a lot of good space. Center is great. Ooh. Forward smash will claim it. And golly, am I a happy camper over here on this desk right now. You got a Pokemon trainer going into a Sora Myers Park. You making me happy.
It's all downhill if you're Andy on this cast because you're getting all your favorite characters up front.
The only thing that would top any of this is if we could go like somehow like if it goes into a third game or even for like the next series if it goes into a Mario. Because that's my main. That's
Mario
who I play.
main.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's who I play.
Yep, I remember that very vividly. Me thinking I could stand toe-to-toe with Andy in Smash Brothers. I was wrong. Mario can do things I didn't even know about. Just like Sora did a lot of cool stuff there. Now, I know you said that Sora's a little bit harder to control. Looked like really agile, really maneuverable. Is Sora up there on that tier list? Sora, by the way, being the last character, I think, ever for Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yes. Yeah, latest character is going to be Sora, added into the Smash universe. But, I mean, Sora, like, I think we saw, like, Tweak, TSM Tweak playing Sora to a certain level, but, like, not necessarily like to a certain degree where like Diddy Kong or like even Wario or you know even like Fox or Mario for example. Like Sora is very good, but the options that you have at your disposal to be able to get the kills, to be able to control center stage are just not really up there with like a lot of higher tiers. Definitely not a low tier character, but very difficult to be able to pull off.
Yep. And speaking of high tier, we get some high tier gameplay coming back to us in front. Game 2 of this second set.
Oh, jeez.
We get King K. Rool versus Sora. I'm loving it. We got K. Rool last week. Getting the return here of K. Rool. I think this matchup's going to go better. Sora may have spells, but K. Rool got a crown. He brought items into the matchup. Cannonball, crown, it don't matter.
Sora's got magic, bro.
You think magic works on that crown? It looks like it does.
He's just an alligator at the end of the day. The thing is that King K. Rool does have super armor, so that could be somewhere where like Jazz Dog could mash buttons. Oh, wait a second, nah. Asapasa is just a different type of breed. The combos are about to be insane. Hold on one. Let him cook. Bang.
Just letting him cook, letting the water boil there. We're doing a slow boil, not a rapid boil. And it just looks like a big miss up right now for Jazz Dog versus Astapasta.
Like, those are just jabs that you're seeing. Like, those 3 hits, like, those are just, like, jabs, which auto-connect again. So long as you connect for the first, Sora will naturally track. Good falling Nair. Jazz Dog could not get to the recovery in time, so Astapasta will only take 7% versus a super heavy down throw. Combos. We got him. There comes at least a little bit of a guard. See the crack in the belly. Can only take so many more of those until Jazz Dog's stomach will break, but it's like me versus a glass of milk. Oh, God. Astapasta, though. That one stock lead, making mincemeat out of this Gator.
Yeah, and I'm just mesmerized by the gameplay right here. I mean, Astapasta really just putting on a clinic against Jazz Dog. It just doesn't seem like Jazz Dog has the answers right now to this matchup. Maybe a bit unfamiliar. Doesn't know that sort of gameplay. He kind of just, I don't know, felt like he could have maybe, had his little helicopter recovery and come back on stage, but maybe there's some tech there that they didn't understand. Up 3-1 to Stock. You got to think this is going to be a fast series for the side of Myers Park. Already won the first game in this matchup.
All right. Astapasta getting a little bit ahead of themselves, kind of feeling it. Crown's going to connect. Jazz Dog looking to at least get this first stock dash attack. Will not connect.
Let's go, Jazz Dog.
The KO punch will. Nice little forward smash will claim it. Still a lot more work to do, but King K. Rool, again, is the character to do it. Falling back in with the counter. Trying to control the edge there with the crown. Back to the ledge safely.
I got a little nervous there. Almost to the bottom. Good combos coming out from Jazz Dog. Starting to play his range a bit more.
Oh, we're pressing buttons now. Good counter
Good
again.
counter. Oh, man.
The percentage just about even, but again, King K. Rool being a super heavy. Yay! What a parry coming out of Astapasta. And again, if you ain't never played a Kingdom Hearts game, Sora, he does love that counter ability. If you ever played on critical mode, it is your best friend. You land that one parry, and the return to sender will always happen at a percentage extra of the damage that you sent. King K. Rool's is super heavy. Hit him with the forward smash with rage. So that got sent back to King K. Rool's alligator-looking face, twofold over. Yee!
Yeah, absolutely. And just like that, folks, Myers Park, Mustang, they come into the series. They dominate both of those best of threes, going up 2-0 to shut out the South Mech Sabres. Yeah, good gameplay. Looking forward to seeing them against someone like, I don't know, Ligma Boy from last week or Chupandy on CEEC, who we saw. The great gameplay from that first week. But that's, that's the past. In the future, we got our Rocky River Ravens and East Mech Eagles. We saw both of those last week. These will be our first returning teams that we get to cast.
Yep.
And then we had the Wildcats and the Titans after that. So a lot of good gameplay coming up, Andy. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, no, it should be good. Again, Rocky River Ravens are going to be looking for their return win. They lost 3 games to JT Williams last week, as JT Williams are continuing to being on their rampage throughout a multitude of different titles throughout this entire VESL week. And then you also ended up having, East Mech Eagles. They won 2-0 versus the Hopewell Titans. So, yeah, should be some good matchups, some really good best of threes coming our way shortly.
Yep, absolutely. And like we said, coming up shortly, folks, so don't go anywhere, right? We got a lot of good action. We had a good series there. They're going to get closer. Rocky River, East Mech, Hopewell, all the teams, all the schools, all the action right here in VESL, Super Smash Brothers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to some more VESL action here on this beautiful Thursday night. Like, literally, I can see some sun shining off the bricks over there.
Yeah,
it was
gorgeous.
a warm day earlier. I was outside. I went for a little walk. It was nice, man. Hope everybody's having a great night themselves tonight here for Thursday. We got some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate already done and dusted with at least 2 matches. And if anybody was wondering why we had a little bit of an extended break, it's because we had some technical things that we had to figure out on the back end. Rocky River versus East Mech. That will for sure be the upcoming set. The only thing is that Rocky River will be up 1-0 starting going into this series. The reason being is because East Mech did have one player that did not show up. So,
yep, unfortunately.
1-0 start, but it's still a best of 3. So realistically, a reverse sweep might be on the cards here for East Mech. That looked very good last week.
Yeah, we saw both of these teams. I think the only matchup we have today where we saw both teams in action, both unfortunately with a loss, right? East Mech losing to Hopewell, Rocky River losing to J2 Williams. Surprise, surprise. I'm excited.
No, East Mech beat the Titans.
Did they? I don't have that. I have the opposite. I have that series. Yeah. Either way, I remember though one of the players there was a Lucas player. Right, I think that was our Lucas and our Nest series that we had. We got a little fireworks going off there. It's always action here in Charlotte on this sunny day. Fireworks go off anytime, especially after baseball games. And speaking of baseball, right, transition trips with the Lucas-type gameplay. He really impressed me last week. So hopefully we can just get some good games here.
We got a stick. The home run bat is on Nest.
When you were a kid, a stick was a baseball bat, right? You couldn't get a big.
You're old. You're not that old, Cap. You're not that old, brother.
Hey, production, we don't need you here. You're not casting. If you want to cast, get on stage. Don't whisper in my ear that goodness. I know what I'm saying now.
Put the match on the screen, Mark. Come on. Get me out here. Man's talking about stick balls. Boy's got a snake.
I did play a lot of stick ball when I was a kid, honestly.
You did not.
I
Stop.
did. No, I was a big baseball guy when I was a kid. I grew out of it, transitioned to football. Trips with the return. I already shouted Sky. Trips on Lucas, air dope. I don't have him down as playing last week. Looks like a new player on the Rocky River side. Rocky River does get that free point because over on the East Mech side, they are down a player. Now, last week we saw 2 players. We saw Trips and we saw Tiggy Milk in their respective series and games last week. So a little bit of PK Fire action. Can PK Fire overcome Wario?
The thing about this matchup is that it's all really dependent on how Trips tries to, maneuver forward in a way. And the one thing that Trips that I remember quite vividly from last week was the Z forward momentum, which basically means that Charlie the Snake will be coming out to be able to give a little bit of a dud hit to allow Trips to safe land and take some frames off of that landing to then react out of said landing. Versus the Wario, though, this is where things can get very, very difficult. We see Wario being played all the way at the top level of Super Smash Bros. Glutony, specifically a French professional player for Super Smash, still really stands by this with a nice little trip up coming through from Trips into the stick. Forward smash will claim the first stock.
Absolutely. Lucas, obviously a fan of stick ball himself, gets that easy home run. Easy enough. Gonna get back on stage. We saw this all last week. I think you're right. I think my stuff is wrong. I think I just can't color correctly. I don't know. So I do think that Trips and the East Mech did win last week. I don't know. I'll figure it out one day. Rocky River, though, we know for sure that that's a loss. Tiggy Milk, Trips. I wonder if Tiggy Milk missed the action. I wonder if that's when. I wonder if we'll get to see a new player this week.
Hope not. Tiggy Milk did play Bayonetta, which was a very fun watch.
Yeah.
Trips will self-destruct that stock. Realistically, just about even. Again, when it comes down to it, the more time spent on the stage, the better for air dub. The more damage that they take, the deeper that they go in towards this stock. So you can start seeing a certain hue of a glow for a Wario, specifically for air dub. That's that waft, trying to build it up.
Yeah. As we learned last week, folks, the waft is dead with this one. We didn't get to see
rooms.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the motorcycle honestly in action as much last week. So interesting that we've already seen like Trips adapt and use that motorcycle against Wario. That's gotta feel bad, right? You bring a secret weapon onto the stage and it gets used against you. Kind of like your average WWE matchup there. Brass knucks, bringing a chair into the ring or something like that. Wario, This is a really close match.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, but the full combination from the recovery. DK Freeze going to take the bike out of play. Dash attack is going to send Airdope back up towards the center of the stage, but get your claps out. Airdope's got the waft ready. Trying to fish maybe out to get this stock naturally, but bang! Trip's going to be able to find the neutral air. That'll be able to claim that second stock, but Airdope does have that waft. Would love to be able to get the second stock off of Trips. Down smash, not going to be able to get it. Trips back to the stage, but realistically, Airdope needs to find this stock by any means necessary other than a waft. Oh, see what I'm saying? That's 30%. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's frustrating.
Yep, it adds up over time, and if you're Airdope, you're kind of frustrated here. You know, you got Lucas up to 150%. You really wanted to get a reset. Unfortunately, though, maybe you held the waft too long. Maybe you should have let it rip. Tater chip.
You never want to build up a waft. As somebody that sits in the car for a while, building those things up, it's not good for you. It's not healthy. But yeah, it's look, it's it's one of those things again. Like as somebody that has played against Wario, that has played Wario, when you have something that is like a build up like that with like a waft, like you need to get that second stock by any means necessary. So realistically, the way that first one comes to an end, the only stock that you realistically took was just from a self-destruct that Trips gave. Yep. So not a real good look. The down smash isn't going to be your best kill move. I will say this much. I would love to be able to see maybe some more edge guarding coming out from Airdope. Maybe some more ledge options such as the forward smash. You also have the down tilt as well from Wario that'd be able to claim a prize as well. It's like that big old like hand smack thing that he does. Yeah, that gets a lot of kills, especially around like the 120% versus Lucas, which is like a lighter character. But yeah, I mean, is this the first game of many? But again, Rocky River are currently up 1-0 because of the player didn't show up. So.
Yep, and now up 1-0 in this set, I think is what we call them, 1-0 set. As we get into this next game, some people play Wario, some people live like Wario. You heard it here, folks. Andy, a man of the waft himself. Will we see a matchup? Run it back. We do. Airdope thinking, you know
it's
what?
not a choice. It's a lifestyle, honestly.
I just should have wafted a little sooner. I can handle this stuff.
The waft life, like, you don't choose to waft. The waft chooses you. Over to Kalos. Again, this is a very big blast zone Pokemon Stadium. Ledges, rather, I should say, platforms right above the ledges. So, recovery, you can go pretty high, but when it comes down to it, you have a lot of options to be able to deny that platform recovery. Airdope's going to be losing their recovery, though. Didn't have a jump, so first stock already taken. Trips only up to 15%.
Yep. Trips saying, I don't choose the waft. I choose waffle house, baby. Give this man a sponsorship. I don't know. I just wanted to make a waft joke. I'm just trying to pass time, Andy. This looks like it's going to be another good series for Trips. Trips just flashy, man. You got to think East Mech looking like one of the dominant teams. We haven't seen a lot of the big three here. You know, we've got one series with Raquel. We got one series with JT. We haven't seen like, you know, a bunch of them. Like, they're not even here to cast this week, unfortunately. So is East Mech one of these top three you start considering with a player like Trips?
I think so. You just need somebody that's going to be able to find it. This is kind of like the same conversation that we were having with like the Sora or like the Pokemon Trainer or like even like the Meat Gunner like in our first series of the day. Like, this is Smash Bros. And your neutral game needs to be on point. At the end of the day, it is a platformer, and if you're not dodging projectiles, well, you're not going to have a good time. And so far, Trips is exploiting all of that plus some extra, just getting nairs going constantly. Airdope up to 40% on their last stock. Nair out of shield, very good option. There's another one out of shield. Trying to at least go for the back air to send Airdope off the stage. Trips is on borrowed time, though, for this stock. 127%. Can Airdope take a stock the hard way? Ooh, the dare almost got the dunk. He's looking for it. No
Clean
jump,
sweep.
no recovery. It's a 3-0 in game number 2. Very tough scenes as now we have a tied series.
Yep, we do have that tied series. That's exactly what you want to see, though, if you are the East Mech Eagles, though. You started off at a little bit of a disadvantage. Trip, once again, securing it for his team. Now Tiggy Milk, hopefully, right? We don't know if Tiggy Milk's here, but if Tiggy Milk is here, you got to expect. You were really excited about Bayonetta last week. Will we see that again, or will we see something new? What type of characters do we want to see, Andy? What have we not seen? Steve? I know you mentioned Steve.
I hate that character with a burning passion of 1,000 suns.
So you don't want to see Steve.
I wouldn't hate it, but like, you know.
You just hate Steve.
I do. I've also never played Minecraft. Like, I'll
What did you
put it
just?
out there.
What did you
I've
just say to
never
me?
played a single second of Minecraft.
All right, we are now taking
been
applications for new casters.
I've been gaming for about like 26 years. Yeah, never played Minecraft. No, production said Meta Knight. Nobody ever wants to see that character. That character ran pockets back in Smash Brawl, and nobody ever wants to live through that. Same thing with like Bayonetta. It's just like as cool as it was to see Bayo last week. You know, maybe we might again with Tiki Milk if they come into play. Not the character that we want to see anymore. I want to see some more like niche picks coming out. Like
Meta Knight.
we already just
Kirby.
Kirby would be dope. I'd be here for a Kirby. Luigi would be hilarious.
Luigi would be hilarious.
But there's Tiki Milk. Yep, Tiki Milk going to be bringing in the Bayo versus a Yoshi.
I'll give you an 8 out of 10 for that one.
Go!
I don't know if they just have a huge roster at Rocky River, but another new name in Mads. We didn't see Mads last week either. We saw Cody, Kikoi, and Giddy Boy. Mads, another new player to come onto the VESL stream here. Varsity Esports and STEM League as these schools compete for their chance at $25,000. I'm not going to spoil that. I'm going to let
I'm a big
people
fan
be
of Yoshi,
surprised.
man. Like, look, Yoshi has some of the most interesting parts of their kick, but Tiki Milk bringing things back to what happened a few smashes ago. And you get those air combinations, you're all the way up towards the blaster, you can't even see your character realistically, and Matt's thinking that they can get the ground pound back to the ledge safely. Not going to happen. Tiki Milk got themselves a stock lead.
Absolutely. Tiki Milk, another good performance here on Bayonetta. We did see that clean sweep last week on this character. I think he played Bayonetta in both games, if I recall correctly. Yoshi, I don't have the characters jotted down. I feel like we saw Yoshi last week. I don't remember if that was a win or loss, but Yoshi is an interesting character. And folks, Andy is just a fan of the Mario IP. That's what I'm learning. Everything Mario he wants. He wants Mario. He wants Luigi. He likes Yoshi. He played Wario.
I've never played Wario.
Didn't play Waluigi though, because why would we get our hopes up?
Up smash gonna take the second stock.
Wow.
Tiki Milk only up to 89%. I mean, like, look, on Yoshi, you have opportunities and options to be able to get this stock cleanly.
You do? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's realistically just setting it up. But
Look at
Tiki
this
Milk on
combo.
Bayo just constantly just raising the roof higher and higher. There's the up air to finally get it, the job done. But Matt's up to 107% on their last stock. Them boots are heavy. They made for walking, but I'm not too sure if they're going to be enough to be able to turn this entire set around.
These boots are made for one thing and one thing only.
What's that?
And that's kicking butt, Andy. I can't say what I want to say.
Oh, there you
Wow,
go.
we got a comeback on our hands.
Yeah.
138%. That's good. I mean, I think Mads was at like 80, 90 at the start of that stock. And so just to be able to crawl that back, only 40% damage, this is definitely doable. Oh, never mind. One quick fist to the dome. Superman punch, as they would say it. Maybe Superwoman punch because it's Bayonetta. Just sends him off the stage. Acknowledge, you tribal chief. As we have
We
game
don't know what creature
one.
like that fist like came from, right? So it's just like
That came from Roman Reigns. I recognize that fist. I've seen that fist dominate for a few years now.
Yeah.
Excellent start though, East Mac. I mean, you came into the whole series down 1-0, right? Because of a forfeit. That's because you don't even need anybody. Trips and Tiki Milk just got it as they take this first game.
But the thing about it is, like, now we're going to have to see a third player coming out for EastMac. If not, like, maybe, like, the ruling now for a best of 3. I've only read it for, like, a best of 5. Is that, like, you have to go through 3 players to cycle
It's all
out before
best.
it?
It's all best of 3 now.
It's all best. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, does Trips get to come back in for, like, that third game?
If EastMac takes this because it's tied 1-1, they would just have 2-1. They would win the whole series. It's not a best of 5 at the top now. It's best of 3s and a best of 3.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah. Again, like Tiggy Milk and Trips, they were able to get the job done last week, so I don't see why not. The problem is that Yoshi was a little lackluster, so we're a little upset about that. But you know, it's just one of those things that Yoshi, as you saw, does have some really good kill maneuvers. Forward smash up airs, all
He's
very
running
good. Down air also has super armor on them booties. It's just being able to get through the neutral versus taking milk. And the thing about Bayonetta, much like we were talking about that Sheik earlier on, if you can control the narrative and you can control the neutral, all it takes is one good hit, and you blink and you have 60%. You blink and you might just have 60%. All right, 50% air dodge out. Can't land cleanly though. Able to reset back towards neutral, but still looking for that first hit.
Yep, and I understand why Matt would run this matchup back. You did lose, right? But if you can get kind of in that zone that you were in when you cleared those 2 stocks off of Tiggy Milk, right? It only took you 40% damage. You showed that there is like potential here for you to win this matchup. But Tiggy Milk just really good, really consistent. Already, you know, a nice little 100% deficit almost, right? Tiggy Milk one more hit away from making my call out accurate.
Oh, counter into the slow.
What is that, like a parry?
Yeah, so it's like your down special. Like you have like your counter with Sora, you have like your counters with like all like the sorties. Like that just goes into a slow where Bayonetta is able to go like invuln for a little bit. And then you can just act out of it, and you can just see like it doesn't manipulate how far you're gonna go, but it definitely manipulates how slow you're going to die. So
yeah,
first stock finally taken. Very cool animations around this Bayonetta, but still looking for that first stock. Matt's going to be able to do it up to 100%, though. The back air does confirm that stock.
Yeah, definitely progress from the last match that they just had, right? Because you went down 3-1. Now at least you're 2-2. You've got a chance. Maybe a little bit of momentum. Shut this Bayonetta down. Just kidding. 2-1 stock lead for Tiggy Milk. Tiggy Milk's sitting comfortably, though, 46%. And he keeps playing the way that they're playing. It's going to be a quick end to this series in this best of 3. With EastMech winning the first game, this should take them up 2-1 and close out the series. Superman punch, man, I'm telling you. It's like we're at WrestleMania again.
100%. Matt's starting to get to that percentage where Rage is really going to start to take over. Tiggy Milk is really good at edge guarding. Can you get this dinosaur off the stage towards the corner? Good DI. Matt's going to be able to recover. Egg over the top, forward smash will not connect. Matt's going to try to get themselves into a position to maybe try to make this last stock territory. You're a dinosaur, but your feet ain't reaching up towards that platform. I got to tell you that much, Matt. It's 143% now, up to 65 for Tiggy Milk. Dash attack, not going to be able to do it. One good hit, though. The forward smash missing waywardly. And Matt's just trying to find this potential opportunity, but the forward smash, the fist from down under. Gonna finally be able to get that final stock. It's a 2-1 win for EastMech.
Yep, absolutely taking the series. Get a little live action, right? For the people at home. A little simulation. Bayonetta up. Yoshi, get that guy out of here. Easy win. Sorry I had to do that, Yoshi. I feel bad. Yoshi did a lot of good things for me in Mario 64.
You know when I got this, Yoshi?
When?
1996.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a piece of history right there. This might be, I would have to do math, that might be older than some of the people playing on stage right now.
Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely
That's kind of crazy.
These kids that were playing were like they were born in like 2006, brother.
Yeah. Oh, God. I just had a moment there. I realized how old I was. But just like that, we get a little recap of the action. Let's get in that. EastMech Eagles taking the series 2-1 with Rocky River. Really 2-0 if you think about it. Rocky River getting that point from the
reverse
forfeit. Yeah. So a little bit of a reverse. Next up, we have the Garinger Wildcats and the Hopewell Titans. We did not. Did we see the Wildcats last week?
No, but we saw the Titans.
We saw Hopewell.
Yeah.
And Hopewell.
And they saw EastMech Eagles. That's what they saw
They felt
week.
Tiggy Milk and Trip. We did see God Chicken. And we saw Priz as our 2 players for that side. So interested to see what type of action they bring for us coming up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to say the least. So we're going to end up throwing things to a very short break. But when we come back, myself, Tumbleweed, and Yoshi will be right back. It is some VESL week today for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You don't want to miss it. It's the final matchup of the night. The Wildcats out of Garinger taking on the Titans from Hopewell. We'll be right back. Howdy, howdy, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Probably not as much fun of a Thursday as myself, Tumbleweed, and Mr. Plover back there. It's been a great day for Super Smash Bros. I will tell you that much. But, hey, with that being said, all good things must come to a close, but we won't get there until we see our last series of the day is going to be the Garinger Wildcats going up against the Hopewell Titans.
Yep, and we saw Hopewell last week. God Chicken and Priz, unfortunately, not quite able to get wins, but you just saw why, ladies and gentlemen. East Meg Eagles with Trips, with Tiggy Milk, they look unstoppable. They don't even need to bring a third player to the matchup. They can just go down a point. They got confidence. No room for error. That's all right. They're not going to make any. As we get ready to jump into this match, what are you hoping to see, Andy? You know, it's been kind of quick, right? The series have been, in some ways, shutouts, right? There's been a little bit of back and forth in the individual matches themselves, but the sets very much seem one-sided. What, if anything, are you looking forward to, or kind of like a hopeful prediction?
I just want to see just like some close stocks, honestly speaking. I want to see some good neutral game. Naturally, I don't care what characters that might honestly be. Like, we saw some good neutral coming out from Malone Mac last week as well. So, I mean, like, it doesn't matter the character for me. You have 75 options for crying out loud in a game like Smash Ultimate. So, like, I don't really care about any of that. I just want some good Smash to be showcased as well. Selfishly speaking, I would love to see Mario. I already got my Sora, and we got 2 PTs today as well. So, like, hey, I'm satisfied. I just want the last match to be an absolute banger. I want some good Smash Bros, man.
Yeah, so if you're, people at home, right, mom, dad, grandma, people that have no idea what jibber jabber you just said, what's a neutral game for the people? How can they cheer on their kids?
You just want center control, right? Like that. That's pretty much it. You want to be the main character that is in the center of the stage constantly and dictating the pace once one character does get knocked off towards the ledge into the blast zone. Well, speaking of a main character, how about a little bit of a meta fight? Meta Knight coming out for the Hopewell Titans going up against Wake out of Garinger playing the Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby, great character.
It's the OG Kirby skin, too. Like coming out here in the clay gray.
Looks like we're playing Game Boy right now. Seeing this story. Kirby can, their ability, they can suck in characters and kind of eat them, but they'll spit them back out, and then they take their abilities from them. So it's interesting if you're Kirby because you can get a lot of neat interactions depending on the matchup scenario as you pull that character in, spit them out, you steal their moves, steal their abilities, and a lot of good recovery from these. Meta Knight, very combo-based. Kirby, I don't remember being that as combo-based.
Kirby does have a lot of good setups, but to be able to work for those setups, it's very difficult. The Dream Hammer, all right. I mean, Nushi was just like, you know what, I'm on borrowed time anyway. I'm just going to take this hammer to the back. Why not? So, first stock going to be taken here for Wake, and the Garinger Wildcats going to take themselves a stock lead.
Yep, just letting this a little rapid punch combo there from Wake. Wake playing this distance very well, keeping things nice and slow as Nushi tries to push the pace a little bit. Playing that neutral area, like Andy said, this is the importance. So you can see they're always trying to position for the middle of the arena, trying to keep that mid-control. Nice little counter stabby stab there. Sword greater than hammer in that exchange, but wakes up 3 stocks to 2, so maybe the hammer's better overall.
Meta Knight did run pockets again, like I was talking about in previous smashes, specifically for I'm pretty sure it was Smash 4. But regardless, it's one of those things that Meta Knight nerfed into the ground, but not a terrible character. You can still get some really good setups. The character still gets a lot of good blast back, but the problem is then kill percentage. Here comes that Dream Hammer one more time. Once it catches on fire, Wake's going to start taking a certain percentage of damage. Nothing really to constantly put themselves in further threat. I mean, they're already up to 97%. Special going to get Nushi up towards the top blast zone. Not going to be enough to be able to get the elimination, but now we're on borrowed time, and we're up towards 110 for both of these 2 characters.
Yeah, having a hard time finishing each other off, but the Dream Hammer to the back sends Nushi flying. And you can see there, folks, Kirby was trying to use that inhale ability just to see if they get, a little bit. If I remember right, it's been a while, Kirby would get like some of the wing aspect. It would change Kirby's appearance if he stole the ability. So you get a good visual cue of knowing when Kirby has slightly altered abilities.
But you only get their neutral B. So like for Meta Knight, it's not like ultimately worth it. But you do get a nice cape,
Yep.
and unless you're Edna mode, capes are cool. So
Yeah, nice style points, and Smash, probably similar to most games, the end game's always the transmog. Kirby having the most transmogs. Best character confirmed with the up smash. Kickaroo kicked him right in the booty to the sky. Nice little win for Garinger here.
Wildcat's going to be able to take a 2-0 lead, and it's just seemingly being showcased that, like, Nushi just kind of pressing buttons, not really knowing where they were, and that's fine. Like, honestly, I mean, Smash is a very fast-paced game, especially when you are playing on Town and City, which is, there's a lot to take in. You have all of, like, Tom Nook's entire escapade behind you, like all of his acres and acres of land that he bought with some money that he definitely got legally. So I think that it's one of those things that again for Hopewell Titans that, like, you come back in, you kind of calm down if you're Nashi real quick, because, like, Wake wasn't, like, throwing tons of different options out there. You were just getting hit with some nonsense, honestly, like full charge stream hammers, something that we don't typically see finding that much value with it whatsoever. You just can't come into a game like Smash Bros. And just be tapping all them buttons. Yeah,
and a whole lot of up B spam coming out of the Kirby as well. We saw that a whole heck of a lot. So you kind of know what to expect there, and we're learning some of these players, folks, so it's hard to say if, like, he's got the confidence with Meta Knight to run this matchup back, or if he's going to change it up and give us a different look into that matchup. But Kirby certainly looked very dominant in that one-on-one display as they go up 1-0 in this smaller best-of-3 to try to work towards that first set point for this best-of-3. And I think the players are just about ready as we get ready to hop in to Game 2. Garinger Wildcats, Hopewell Titans. Will we get the run it back? Kirby versus Meta Knight? No, we get Kirby and Sheik coming out from God Chicken.
3, 2, 1.
God Chicken wasn't in the last game, was he?
No.
So we got the player swap again. We saw this last week in the Hopewell versus East Mech. So could be. I would need to reflect the rules. Maybe we just haven't seen teams opt to trade players in these internal best-of-3s. I don't know that it's off the table. If it's not, then this is a good strategy use, right? So God Chicken coming in, trying to fill the void for his other Hopewell player. Wake, though, back on the Kirby. Different skin this time, though.
Yeah, the dark Kirby this time around.
I like the OG one better.
I'm always a big sucker for the clay gray, not the pink Kirby, but like the clay gray, like the old Game Boy Pocket Kirby. That's my favorite one. Dreamhammer gonna get charged up, but God Chicken, if you remember from last week, was not terrible. Let's put it that way. Very good at the neutral, charging up the Shurikens. Gets a little bit of a dolphin kick. 123% now for Wake on this Garinger Wildcat Kirby. Again, as far as this internal best-of-3 is concerned, God Chicken knows that they need to be able to ace this one so that way they can try to tie things up.
Yep. And, God Chicken, like you said, Andy, that's great long-term storytelling. That Sheik looked very good against the Bayonetta from Tiggy Milk that we just saw. Unfortunately, in that series, right, when we did have the players swapping around, he did always line up with Tiggy Milk, so it definitely looked like he could hold a candle a lot better to Tiggy Milk in that Bayonetta. Right now, though, Wake and God Chicken, one stock apiece, 0-0. It's almost like the game's reset. Both players showing they really want to win this. They want to make it to that land. They want to compete for that $25,000 prize.
Stocks apiece. This is doable for Garinger to still be able to get this first point and be able to lead this best-of-3, but God Chicken off some combos. Wake's going to get caught up on that left side platform. Dreamhammer brings that shield down to a tic-tac. The God Chicken's right back towards that neutral stage, down towards the down special. You might be able to look really cool as far as a 100-pound weight, but you are very vulnerable to a grab or a couple different attacks. All it takes is one to get you out of that form. God Chicken very aware of that, but percentage just about even.
Nice up smash there. Maybe it was an up B. Up smash, up B, doesn't matter. All that matters, you are God Chicken. You eliminated Wake. Part 3 from the matchup. Taking Kirby down to one stock. Sheik on God Chicken's hands, definitely stepping up for this Hopewell team here. We could have a tight series on our hands, folks.
Looks pretty good for it. I mean, one good hit is realistically what Wake is looking for, but Trying to go for some up B spam. Not going to be able to get back down cleanly. God Chicken just trying to finesse around all this different time. Up B again. Not going to be able to connect. God Chicken just looking for one good opening to be able to set themselves up. There we go. Here comes the suck. Gonna be able to get the neutral B of God Chicken on that cheek. So now, if you're Kirby, you got some shurikens to play with.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at that skin. That skin looks so good. Being Kirby, Sheik knocking him off the side. Quick little kill there. God Chicken versus Wake. Wake's up 90%, but this is doable. We've seen bigger comebacks in the history of Smash Bros. Sheik definitely trying to lock down this Pokemon Stadium here. The Pokemon Trainer, they were somewhere else. They were earlier today. Nice shurikens there. Looks like God Chicken is just playing this absolutely flawless. Hasn't taken any damage on this last stock. Wake all the way up to 140% as he takes his first bit of damage. You gotta think God Chicken's gonna bring this home with a little side smash action. Tying this up 1-1.
In this best of 3,
Yep.
yes. In the internal best of 3,
Yes.
I should say.
The smaller matches we would call it, or within this single set, right? 1-1 in this set as we get ready. Next game decides it all. Now, this is an interesting dynamic, Andy, because throughout the rest of the day we've seen the same players come back to back. This time we got a different look. We had God Chicken sub in, right? So now are we going to see a player swap maybe from the other side, right? Because we had the Kirby both games.
If they have another player
Yep.
to swap in, yeah, 100%. I feel like that's what it always comes down to is like how deep do those pockets run at this point in time. So
Yep. And last week when we saw God Chicken, sorry to cut you off there, we did see Priz, right? He would come in after the matchup. Priz was the backup for that player swap there. So this could be a situation where maybe God Chicken, he's got his win. Now he's alley-ooping it up to Priz to try to close this out.
yeah, Priz was playing Falcon too. So
Yep.
we'll see. We'll have to see what it all entails. We're just mere moments away from hopping back into a different stage. I can only imagine. But very interested to see what Hopewell decide, or what the Wildcats decide to do, because this is our first week seeing them play Super Smash Bros. So we don't have all of the data, all the information. God Chicken is going to stay in, so is Wake.
Nice little mirror match. Running it back, God Chicken definitely closed that out with so much confidence. So cool that we get to see that. If God Chicken closes this out, you got to assume that we're going to see kind of a player swap of some sort going into the second set. Or maybe God Chicken just said, get out of the way, man. I'm going to carry the team all the way. I don't know if he can do that, but hey, if you're winning, I guess why not?
71% already. Just manipulating around these platforms. Those up airs will do mighty work. A little dash attack coming through from Wake on this Kirby, trying to charge up the Dream Hammer. This looks like that, like, when Kirby takes Sheik's neutral B, looking like a mummy.
Does kind of
Especially in that skin, like with the black base skin.
Yeah, and you know, it really the reason I say it kind of looks like, you know, those little skeleton crocodiles in the Mario series.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you
Bones?
just bundled one of them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You bundled Bones up, you carrying him around like the little cute guy he is. It's kind of what it looked like, you know. Maybe you put a wig on. I think the sheet hair bled through in that skin as the form does go away. For Wake with the Kirby. Getting some squats in, folks. You can never do too many squats. You'll know when you're older if you don't believe it now. You gotta keep yourself limber. Kirby demonstrating that on stage. 140%. This first stock looking really close, and that telegraph Dream Hammer there just getting puked out by God Chicken as he goes up. Takes first stock in this set.
Yep, that's not going to be able to do it again. This is the fight for the first point here in this best of 3. God Chicken might have a stock lead, but Wake knows that it's just one good hit, potentially just slowly RP walking into all these different shurikens. Not exactly a good position to be at. 101% just being juggled now. Wake just trying to land onto the floor, and God Chicken not letting it happen easily.
Yep. Just a little back and forth here. If you're God Chicken, you're feeling real nice. You were already around 100% when you took that first stock. Now you're only up to 120. Wake all the way up to about 75. matchup. It always feels close, but somehow God Chicken just makes it look really one-sided. Wake finally able to get that Sheik off the board, but he's at 111%, Andy, on his second stock. You got to think he's about to go out of stage soon. He's find his way back in, and
Off
he's
the top.
right in front of your screen, folks. 0-0, but 2 stocks to 1 for God Chicken.
This could be it. All even for percent, but Wake needs to find this stock as cleanly as possible. Dreamhammer gonna miss wildly. Tries to at least go into the rock form, but only holds off the inevitability. That was God Chicken finding back in towards the neutral gain, but good job at least hitting the buttons, getting some spacing available for Wake to maybe try to take a slight lead for percentage, but God Chicken knows you can even throw the stock away. So long as you get Wake within kill percentage, you should be able to take this game.
Yep, definitely playing with a lot of confidence right now if your name's God Chicken. Wake doesn't seem to really have a lot of combos down, if I, based off my observation. He's really good with his, down B spam. He's got his Dream Hammer that he keeps getting some good hits on. And I've seen a lot of up B spam, it looks like. So maybe that's how you're supposed to play Kirby. I don't know, but it's working out for him. He's doing better than I would do, that's for sure.
Forward smash, not a good enough DI out of Wake to stay alive. So it'll be 2 stocks held there for God Chicken on Sheik. That one actually went the entire distance as far as the internal best of 3 is concerned, as that's going to be the first point taken. The Hopewell Titans are going to be up 1-0 in this best of 3.
Yep, and you're feeling good if you're Hopewell, not feeling as good if you're a Garinger Wildcat. But, like you said, close series. Now, I'm interested to see how the next set evolves, right? Do we go back to that kind of original? Maybe Hopewell is playing without all their players, so maybe God Chicken is the only other option compared to the first player that we saw there. So we're bringing you along for the ride, folks. We're making it up as we go, and the players, we're all here for a good time. It's all good. Everybody, you're always gonna be having a good time if you're competing for $25,000 in this VESL league. Once again, that's Varsity Esports and STEM League here in North Carolina. I'm loving what we see, Andy. Overall, the gameplay is really good. I'm expecting. I'm just
wondering what Wildcats also have, right?
Yeah,
because Wake played all 3 of those games.
Yep, they have to go to another player if they're Wake, right?
Yeah.
I mean, surely he's not all that you have. He did do really good, so you don't be ashamed. Definitely go out of there, hold your head high. That was a very good matchup against 2 different players for you. Now we go in. Will we get a new player represented here for the Wildcats compared to the Hopewell Titans? And we got Priz on one side. We remember Priz. And we got Itis for the Garinger Wildcats. We get Bowser. Andy, you're a Mario guy. You're going to love this.
I wish that they would do a voiceovers. We get Jack Black and Priz
oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Make his final smash I'm singing the Princess Peach song. That'd be awesome. So Priz back in on the Captain Falcon. We saw that last week. Didn't really work out wonderfully, but Bowser's one of those big bodies. Don't matter when you get a knee to the face. Bang into the blast zone. First stock gone.
Yep, and I always like to connect the stories of these different games. Yesterday, if you recall, Andy, a lot of Valorant action. One of the players in that, Dry Bowser. You asked the difference between Dry Bowser and Wet Bowser. Well, if you're Itis and you get thrown off the stage into the water down below, you are Wet Bowser. Dry Bowser, only hanging out on Valorant.
We know that there might be water down there, but that man, he got kneed to the schnozzle. He got yeeted to the side. We don't know what's over there, all right? We ain't been that far on Battlefield.
A little yeet. Shout out Yeet Enjoyer. Good game yesterday. Itis holding it down. He's got those underlines there. Almost sounds like it's an acronym. Itis. Maybe it stands for I Think I Smash. That's my guess. What do you got, Andy?
If I say what I think, I'll be suspended for 3 months. 176%. Now off to Bowser on this heavy character. Priz looking for maybe that one more forward air, which is the knee falling to do it. Golly, it's disgusting. Again,
Priz is holding it down.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, as far as a matchup is concerned on the tier list spectrum, Captain Falcon should be running service around Bowser.
That's exactly what we're seeing, Andy. So living up to the tier list lore. Last week, I remember vaguely, I think Priz did not have a good showing at all against Trips and the Lucas. So, I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised here to see Priz just really putting on a clinic. Definitely wants to make up and get a little bit more respect to his name as players come into the following weeks with him.
Yeah, and he only played trips last week on East Maggie. Yeah, that's a bad little boy, let me tell you. 188%. To say that this stock is on borrow time is just putting it lightly, but the double foots down. We're going to go ahead and get it done. So Hopewell not only have a lead in the actual best of 3, but now in this matchup alone, they are also up.
Yep, absolutely. 1-0 stock. I think, Andy, you've got probably better notes than me. I couldn't even get the matchup outcome correct. I think Priz, didn't he play Captain Falcon and Ganondorf?
No.
No, I wanted to see some more Ganondorf. I was hopeful. I am wrong. So Priz probably going to run it back Captain Falco. If you are on the other side, you don't pick Bowser again, do you? That didn't look very good.
It might be the only character you know. There's a reason why I just run Mario. Because if I'm in a situation where like I lose a game, like if I'm just like, you know, I'm feeling I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna pick like a Fox or something like that because it's a character I played in Melee. But like, and then I just get bopped. Like I'm gonna go to my main. So like maybe it is just Bowser. Like there were some like combinations that were being put in there, right? That like Bowser was looking like at least a little bit more of a comfort pick, but. It's just so tough to be able to fully gauge whether or not that we also end up seeing Priz back in as well because it seems that Hopewell are they're doing their own thing over there, man. So like man, we might end up seeing Gotcha come back in or maybe the Meta Knight from Nushi. Who knows? Nope, Priz getting the job done. Itis going to stay on the Bowser.
Running it back. I don't know how I feel about this, Andy, if I'm speaking honestly. I know I'm not supposed to scene bias or fear bias as a caster, but I mean, Itis had Priz up to like 194% on his first stock and could not get the kill. Right, so you're not feeling good. Priz opens up quick, 1 stock lead. Hopewell, they got places to be. They trying to get out of here. You put Priz versus Itis. Looking to take this home.
Oh.
It's nasty, man. Oh,
look, if there's one thing that you need to learn as a medium character, it's what Priz just did.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the knee off the side of the stage and then the double foots down. Going to take the second side B. Trying to go for the juggle again. That's what I'm talking about. Like, if there's one thing you need to learn as a medium character when you go up against a heavy, those combos. Down throw. Trying to go for the knee. Just trying to make sure that Itis has a tough time landing on the stage, and it's legitimately that. Got the stage spike, and then the falling knee again. Pack it on up. Oh, no, we out here.
Yeah, what are we doing here? We got to play this B, apparently. Hopewell Titans, they take that. 2-0. They're up 2-0. That's it, right?
That's it. That's it.
We got a bonus game. This is what I'm hearing. I don't understand. That looked like a 2-0 sweep to me. Hopewell just holding it down. I don't know what this.
They doing their own thing, man. They doing their own thing. We running back. Apparently we're playing a best of 5.
I know what's happening. God, chicken said, "Get me in there again." I got to run this series down. I don't know what we're going to see. At this point, that was pure domination. And look, Itis, I understand. Like, congrats on you coming on stage. You're braver than I would ever be to come on a Smash stage and compete. That was not your matchup. Definitely go back. Maybe evaluate character choice. But Bowser versus Captain Falco, that seemed like a very one-sided matchup to me.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
I will say this much. Like, if you're going to be picking a heavy character like that, like, learn Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is the best heavy right now. Like, no bananas.
Little down B spam.
No. Like Donkey Kong's kit, like after I think like the previous patch, just like it buffed a lot of like heavy moves, but like and it's also like the end lag from a lot of these like different like moves in particular. Bowser didn't really change all that much. King K. Rool became a little bit more annoying from his projectile throws, but like the end lag that you get is significantly sharper for Donkey Kong comparatively to where he was in the previous 2 games. So we'll say as much if you enjoy playing heavy characters out there, then you definitely want to be on Donkey Kong. But it would appear that the bonus game will continue to be Priz versus Itis. And dang, we got to watch this again.
Itis said, nah, run it back. Best of 5. I got him this time. That's what we're doing. This is a best of 5. That's what it is. So Itis versus Priz, best of 5. Itis, you know, I understand. Listen, if I got disrespected like that, best of 5's coming. If I lose this one, I'm calling best of 7. We're going all the way until I get 1 win. but I'm not getting a win right now. Looks like his Priz goes up. That one stock lead, very reminiscent of last round, about 60%. Last round, he was about 50 when he got that first stock kill.
Oh, off stage. Oh, good thing we pressed the button, though, at least make sure you didn't get stopped.
Down.
Yeah, the only button that available was like the up special, your recovery move, 85%. Dead flop of a turtle on top of the platform. You see the little RP walk right there, just running back? He is playing games, son. And not just Super Smash Bros. Priz is on a different level.
Just trying to get his first stock. Has he taken stock off Priz this whole series? Was that 2-3-0 sweeps? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, and now, if you're Itis, you just want one stock, baby. Falco Punch, we finally get it. I've waited the whole time. Yes! Yes!
Did you see Bowser's eyes when he got connected with the Falco Punch?
That's all I wanted, Andy.
Did you see his eyes? I mean, there was at one point where like that Koopa King felt like a little box turtle baby. Like he got smacked in the mouth.
He didn't get smacked. He got Falco punched onto the series. We love to see it. That's how you get hyped in this series right there. Sorry, production. I probably peeked that microphone. Just like that, guys, listen, you never know what you're going to get here at VESL. All these teams are competing for $25,000. That is not chump change, especially when you're in high school. And let's just do a little reflection, right, on the day. Palisade Pumas 2-1 victory against North Mech Vikings. Myers Park Mustangs 2-0 clean sweep over the South Mech Sabres. And then we got to the back half of the day. East Mech Eagles went up 2-1. Taking that over Rocky River Ravens, and we just saw domination from Hopewell Titans as they close out 2-0 against Garinger Wildcats. A lot of good action. Andy, there is something else, I believe. We had a fifth game that we didn't get to watch. We had the Olympic Trojans with a win over the Harding Rams. Unfortunately, that was a forfeit. I'm not sure if Harding Rams just couldn't field the players or they just missed the schedule, something like that. But either way, Olympic Trojans, we did see them last week against Audrey Kell. Unfortunately, did fall just a little short. That's our team with, Ligma Boy, and we saw Punisher, stuff like that, right? So a lot of good action for Smash, but that's all we got for today. Hopefully next week we can give you some more games. We can bring you a lot more action. Andy, that's all for me, man. Take us home.
Yeah, it was another good day of Super Smash Bros. Last week was fun and exciting, and then we ended up getting in towards this one, and things just concluded abruptly. Just as soon as we walked in, the sun's still out, and we are all done. We are out of matches. As far as some of the other teams, a lot of people were looking forward to seeing, like the Audrey Kell Knights, very good Valorant team. Didn't end up getting to see them as far as the Super Smash Bros. Was concerned this week, but if you missed any of that action, you want to continue to watch all of it. We have a multitude of different leagues happening. Make sure you go over to the YouTube page and look at all the different live streams, because this one might be over, but an abundance are still happening right now. As far as for me and Michael here for Tumbleweed and all the production included, that'll do it for us today. Tomorrow, same time, same place, but for some Rocket League. So y'all have a fantastic evening. We will see you tomorrow for some Rocket League action.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Fight!